In order to improve the default scenery, we first use the Overlay Editor tool, which lets us position objects on a background map. We create an exclusion zone in order to erase what comes from sceneries with lower priority, meaning with a lower position in the scenery pack file in the custom sceneries directory. In this example, we will take a snapshot of this exclusion zone to use it later as an overlay image. We select an object located inside our LFEQ Quiberon scenery from the menu. To position the object within Overlay Editor, we can use keyboard numpad arrows. We can incline the object using Ctrl-Q and Ctrl-E keys, with or not the Shift key. World Editor is the other main tool to improve default sceneries. It is especially very good to improve airports and can work in combination with Overlay Editor. We initialize World Editor by loading the default airport into it. And now the most useful feature, we import the DSF scenery of our Quiberon scenery into World Editor. We pick up the overlay image, which in this case is the exclusion zone area. We adjust the corners of the overlay image so that they coincide with those of the exclusion zone shown in the World Editor. We create a new tower viewpoint in order to later view our scenery from this tower. This will give us a stable view while building our sceneries without really flying above our scenery. We add an exclusion zone around the buildings that we have just added. This is to prevent the sceneries of lower priority to be seen when we run the sim. Those sceneries of lower priority will be also in a lower position in the custom scenery directory. And now how it looks in the sim. Due to the exclusion zone, we can now see this void area around our newly built buildings. We use OverlayEditor Facades for blocks of flats with no roof. Facades are extruded from a polygon base up to a certain height by X-plane. This is another example of facades. We add fences from the OverlayEditor left menu. They are, technically speaking, facades which stay as open lines but contrast with the building facades which are drawn as closed lines. Thus, they will follow the ups and downs of the ground, which is not the case with a simple fence object. There is indeed no easy way to flatten the ground mesh in X-plane. we add an overlay image, which means a picture of the ground, which we position under our scenery, under the buildings, in order to understand much better where each building is located. We add a forest in the scenery. Basically, we choose the kind of forest that we like, and we draw the contour of the forest on the central map. We add a few sheep browsing on the grass of the airport, and for this basically we select sheep among the objects in the left menu, and then we click on the central map to show where the sheep are located. It is generally better to load drop polygons at the end of your modeling project for easy selection of the other elements located at the same place as the polygon. We will now move some objects inside the scenery. We use for this purpose a tool named OverlayEditor, because in this tool the objects appear with their real shapes and not only as some geometric symbols. We are copying 3 houses from the scenery. And this done, we are moving them close to the big houses using the arrows on the numeric pad, and rotating this group of houses using special keys, and this way we get a set of additional houses very much typical from this area. The order of sceneries. Inside the scenery pack.ini file, in the custom scenery directory, give the priority of sceneries. A scenery located at the top of the list is displayed with priority above the sceneries appearing below in the list. When we add a new scenery, it is recorded in the scenery pack.ini at the top of the list. Then we move the file where needed in the list. The normal way to modify the priority of sceneries is to edit the scenery pack.ini file. With the 3D People library, previously copied in the Custom Scenery folder, we can select people objects from the World Editor left menu and position them into our scenery.